Welcome back. Ahmed Zouel. This is the 9th anniversary or commemorating Ahmed Zouel not only by Egypt but by the whole Arab world. These are things which are implemented on the ground by the National Media Authority by renaming or by naming one of our studios after him. Now our studio of Radio Studio 45 is named after Ahmed Zouel. Another step is launching a new program named Kalam fil Ilm, or Speaking in Science. And this is to introduce Ahmed Zouel to the new generation. Maybe they read about him, but they do not know so much about this great Nobel laureate scientist. To shed more light on this and the role of media, the educational role of media to be accurate, we are very much delighted to have with us Dr. Nabil, our educational consultant. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Most welcome. I'm so pleased to be with you tonight and say a very good evening for you and for all the viewers as well.
Likewise, sir. Sir, how do you see launching this program, Kalam fil Ilm, or Speaking in Science, as one of the steps taken by Egypt and, of course, by the National Media Authority to commemorate Dr. Ahmed Zouel?
It's the least reward to be given to that giant in science whose work is praiseworthy all over the world. And he's a pride to his beloved homeland country, Egypt. So it's not so much for him to be having not only a university named after him in the 6th of October city, even in the TV International or whatever the studio is named after him. He actually deserves a lot because he, as you have mentioned, is a really very well-known role model, not only for Egyptian young men growing to have a good future for us, but for the whole world. And he is actually a legend. And this legend is to be respected because he is one of the gigantic steps in science that he has achieved, and this actually was well appreciated nowadays in Egypt.
But sir, as an educational consultant, tell me more about the content which should be introduced into such a program, because science media is not easy, and to attract the new generation, the Gen Z as they call themselves, it's not an easy mission at all.
Well, what we should always prioritize is to introduce such characters, distinguished celebrities like Dr. Ahmed Zouel or others who have been awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace. If we ignore him, it's really very sinful on our side, and we have to rethink and change our attitudes towards such great people who are celebrities, as I have mentioned, and for the new rising generation to be like them. I do remember a very good saying from a hadith, a saying that states, the best one of you is the one who has learned something and teaches the same thing to the upcoming and the rising generation. So if we teach such role model for our new generation, I think they will be ambitious enough to imitate him and
to consider him a role model. But
sure.
Sir, again, when it comes to the social media and to platforms of social media in comparison with TV, and the Gen Z now are calling TV traditional media outlets, how to take them out of the tablets or the phones they have, and to make sure that they are going to follow such a program like the one we are talking about?
Well, it's also the part of the educational system, which I'm afraid some parents feel nowadays so uneasy about the fluctuations of systems. If we have such fluctuations in the state area, they have what's called the feasibility study. So let us have such feasibility studies before we apply them in practice. And practice makes perfect. It's also the role of the social and societal media. All of us should be cooperating, go hand in hand with each other for the benefit of this rising generation.
Yes, sir, I do agree with every word, but the
Thank you.
question is how. I mean, drama series, for example,
Sure,
telling the stories
sure.
or the biography of our scientists or men of literature, or to speak as or to narrate their stories in such programs, to speak about how they show their talents all over the world. What I mean, how
Right.
we can achieve this on the ground?
You mentioned a very good point about the drama. Don't we all remember the conqueror of blindness or the
Mm.
conqueror of darkness, the late Dr.
Taha
Taha
Hussein.
Hussein? Why not to have such a movie memorizing all the noble deeds that Dr. Ahmed Zouel has done in the field of physics, the femtosecond theory,
Mm.
and we have the life story of his career, his birth, his education, his participation, and if the drama, which is so appealing to the
Mhm.
viewers, can be imposing such values, we look forward to having at the present time and for the future generation, that would help a lot.
Mhm.
It will give a very good hand for the rising generation. You know, this rising generation is like the seeds that will flourish, and then maybe another Ahmed Zouel will be one of them.
This
Like
was
ano-
my coming question, sir. Do you think that what we are talking about is going to be one of the steps taken by the government, by the state, to encourage the new scientists and to give them such hope that they can be other Ahmed Zouel, other Yahya al-Mashad, other
or
Samira
other
Musa,
Taha Hussein, as it
other Taha
happened.
Hussein?
Yes, yes, yes. Another Sir Magdi Yaoub,
Sure.
another Dr. Ali Zoni,
Mm.
another engineer Hani
Hani
Azir.
Azir?
So many distinguished characters who are well respected all over the world, even here in Egypt. But we have to focus on them through, as you mentioned, the drama, which is so appealing and interesting for the viewers and make it easy, facilitate the absorption of the ideas that we want to implement in them. We actually aim at having quality education. So this part of or sense of quality education will provide wide open gates for learning and for applying later on,
Mhm.
hopefully.
And sir, also, if you permit me to add to what you have just said
Sure.
regarding the names we mentioned. The names that we mentioned are only few names in a very big list.
Sure.
How do you see mentioning them or focusing on them is going to be a factor of increasing or boosting the sense of belonging of the new generations to Egypt, feeling proud that they are Egyptians?
Well, again, I could say that every one of those people that we have mentioned, and we agreed on what I have said, we should give every single person due care and good attention, and to facilitate matters, to assign financial aids, because actually the educational matter or process is a very well cherished dream that we all want to achieve.
Sure.
So why to be misers on such a respect? We have to be so generous,
We've
so
never
open-handed,
been.
whatever the person is.
Yeah.
Give him his due care and concern.
But sir, also, I think another important issue is to guarantee fruitful cooperation between the National Media Authority and even private media companies, because they should have a share in this, with the centers of research, with universities, with those education institutes who had the honor to have such names studying in them, if you agree with me on that.
Of course I do. Actually, I was about to mention that there should be a continuous collaboration or cooperation between all the universities and the research centers, because the research centers, the scientific research centers, are those who back up the university work. Even nowadays we hear that the ranking of different universities internationally depends on the collaboration with the research center. So the research centers will do a very good job. However, we have to remember that those who are in the process of teaching, like instructors or teachers, should be, I have to say it openly, financially rewarded. They will give and give more and more. These seeds, our new generation, that will flourish in the future. You know that any seed is buried under the ground. Without being buried, they, whenever they grow up, they will give us the feedback that we are after all the time.
Dr. Nabil, one final question regarding the AI or the new technologies. How do you see the importance of taking them into consideration when we speak about science media, or take into consideration that without them nothing can be achieved on the ground, because simply they enter every field and every media?
The AI, as you mentioned, the artificial intelligence, the IT, the information technology, the critical thinking, which we have to teach our students.
Sure.
As a matter of fact, I always say that education is like a triangle, the head of which is the curriculum set. It should be well planned for. The second angle is the teacher. The third angle is the direct consumer, who is the learner. And a learner should not only learn, but she has to think and then to develop. And this development is what we aim at, and we look forward to having such goals achieved. If we have the will, we have the way.
Amen to that. As usual, I enjoyed our discussion, sir.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
Very kind of you.
We were very much delighted to have with us Dr. Nabil Gad, our educational consultant. Well, right after the short break, we are going to return back with more. Stay tuned.